What's up everyone? Boris from Aligned here with this week's ZK News. First up, we have a new blog post series from LambdaClass talking about the Sumcheck protocol. For context, Sumcheck is a workhorse of many snarks and ZK VMs that lets them convince a verifier that a huge sum over a multilinear polynomial is correct, without, of course, needing to recompute everything. Part 1 is a survival kit on multilinear polynomials, and Part 2 goes into the optimizations and speedups for Sumcheck. With Sumcheck, we get faster, more memory-friendly provers, and ultimately ZK that can be used more affordably and in more applications. So check out these blog posts if you want to understand more. In deal news, Succinct has signed a 1-year exclusive strategic partnership with Tandem, which is Offchain Labs' partner studio. Offchain Labs, of course, is the company behind the Arbitrum rollup, and this deal is meant to bring SP1 and the Succinct prover network to the Arbitrum ecosystem. A fun note is that I actually had Daniel Lumi from Offchain Labs on an Aligned guest stream earlier this year, where we talked about how Arbitrum orbit chains can go ZK. That's a great chat. It's on YouTube. We're going to add the link below, and apparently there was some alpha in there, so I hope you enjoy it. And I think it's going to be very cool to see which optimistic rollups transition to being ZK rollups in the coming years. Like most weeks, we have some ZK VM news, and that is that it looks like we might have another ZK VM that is capable of real-time proving soon. So Project ZKM CTO, Stephen Duan, gave a recent talk, and they talked about how Ziren is already doing real-time proving for the Bitcoin native ZK rollup GOAT network. And he's hinted at Ziren being able to prove Ethereum in real time very soon. For a bit of context, Ziren used to be called ZK MIPS. It is a ZK VM that is based on the MIPS instruction set architecture, in contrast to the RISC-V architecture used by ZK VMs like RISC-0 and SP1. I actually talked about Ziren last week because they have a web-based verifier integrated with ETH proofs. Pretty cool stuff. You can check out last week's ZK News if you want to learn more, and exciting to think that there may be another ZK VM to be able to prove Ethereum in real time very soon. And finally, a little bit of bonus content from us. Last 2 Aligned guest streams that I've done were actually with one of our co-founders and our head of research, Diego Kingston, talking about the history of ZK and the key milestones that basically brought it from theory into production today. This series is an awesome deep dive that'll hopefully help you get a little more appreciation for everything that goes into, everything ZK. Also, Diego wrote those Sumcheck protocol blog posts for LambdaClass, so check them out. And that's your ZK News for this week. My name is Boris, and as always, send proofs.